Angela Loria here from the Author Incubator. I am joined for today's episode of Ask a Best-Selling Author by best-selling author Mark J. Silverman. Mark is the author of Only Tens, and it's been about 18 months since he wrote his book with us. I guess maybe a little over a year since you published. Let's talk about what the last 12 months have been like as a published best-selling author. What has being an author done for you and your business and your life?
So I would never tell anybody to write a book to gain credibility, but I got credibility out of writing a book. I just think, for me, I wrote the book for myself. It was a subject I was passionate about. It was a subject that I needed to learn for myself. When we put the book together and we put the book out, and thousands of people bought the book and gave me feedback that the book changed their lives, that was validation that I was onto something that was really useful and helpful, which is the goal for a lot of these books. For my business, I spoke at an event for a few hundred people right after that, and it was a big speech for me, something new for me to do. And right out of that, after they talked about the book, everybody went and bought the book that evening after the speech. My downloads that night were pretty high. People came up to me, and I got a client out of that day. So that paid for everything. That's great. And I would say I probably got about $100,000 worth of revenue out of the book, and I haven't done a whole heck of a lot of promoting for this. But directly, people finding me from the book, calling me and asking help. The other thing that it's gotten for me is a specific reason for people to call me. This book resonates with people. I'm a business coach, and I work with entrepreneurs and executives. But people who read this book, they call me specifically for something that I struggled with, and that's really fun and really enriching to work with someone who's really at the top of their game and very, very successful. But you see the sports car and the house and the family here, and underneath they're going like this. And if I can help this piece so that they can enjoy this, that's absolutely money for me.
I want to talk about credibility, which came out of the book, an area of expertise. Other people recognize you as an expert. You've spoken, gotten clients, but you also talked about something else. You didn't use this word, but a certain level of confidence maybe that came out of reviews, feedback, letters. Do you think your confidence level changed?
It was night and day. To have people, again, the next morning after I did that talk, someone ran across the lobby and yelled at me and says, "Your book changed everything." And he told me he changed his job, his reservations for going back home and all this stuff. He says, "The book, I read it all night, it changed everything." So to me, the fact that what was really important to me, what felt like a whole book, and we're writing chapters and we're putting these things together, and anytime you press send or push publish or anything, it's like, is my art any good? When it gets out there and it gets that kind of reception, for me, I was like, okay, I can follow this intuition. I can follow this energy. That it was a 10 for me to write a book. There was no question that for me to dive into this process, whether it got published or not, the book was going to get written. It gave me the confidence to trust that internal guidance, that this was the right way and it's going to benefit people.
Were you worried before we published the book that it wasn't good enough?
I was sure it wasn't good enough.
Sure. Not even worried, just
there wasn't a question. I knew it wasn't going to get published. I was going to be your only one. It wasn't good enough, and it was going to be the bottom seller of all the people that you've ever seen.
Love that. Have you gotten any bad reviews?
I got one bad review.
Yeah.
And it sits at the top of Amazon. I got 5 stars. One of my really close friends gave me 4 stars.
Isn't that interesting? I've had people say that who they're like, I have all 5-star reviews except my mom. She gave me 4 stars. So I'm like, that's fantastic.
Yeah, one of my close friends, liked the way the book was written. Mark was very honest, very good. But he's very methodical, and everything works like this. So he can't relate whatsoever. So yeah, I think that one review just kind of bugs me.
One of my favorite things that I learned this year, we've started getting our books into bookstores, and we have a distribution partner. And as they're picking the books of ours that they want to get into bookstores, reviews are very important. So he looks at reviews, he looks at the number of reviews, and if people don't have at least a couple negative reviews, he'll reject them.
Good to know.
Isn't that fascinating?
Thank you, lady who gave me the bad review.
Right, exactly. So, wait, what's our Ho'oponopono?
Ho'oponopono.
Yes, exactly. So, thank you was somewhere in there, right?
Yes, yeah, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.
We love our bad reviewers.
Yes.
Mwah. All right, if you are worried about bad reviews, or really if you are wondering what a book can do for you, put your questions below. We will take a look at those and answer them. Share this and like this video, and join us again for another episode of Ask a Bestselling Author.